Colonel Kojak, sir. Good morning. Friends, family, and guests of Sergeant Major, it's an important day. I know for him and his family, the Marines, as we recognize his nearly 2.5 decades of honorable and faithful service to our country and to our Corps. If you think about it, 24 years is a long time, and not to make you feel old, Sergeant Major, but 24 years ago, Sergeant Major Summers was the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, General Gray the Commandant. The Corps was about 197,000 Marines, and about 75% of the Marines in my battalion weren't even alive yet. So over that time, you've seen the Corps change. Those billets of the Commandant and the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps have changed over about a half dozen times. The Corps has fluctuated in size from 197 to over 200,000 just a few years ago, and now we're on the way back down. So you've seen changes in our uniforms, our physical fitness tests, our combat fitness tests, and a myriad of other requirements. But the one constant that's remained over the last 24 years is your leadership by example, your devotion to duty to your country, and looking out for the welfare of the Marines. And that's been a constant, and I appreciate that. 24 years is a long time to put the camis on every day, day in, day out, tighten up those laces on the combat boots, and do what your country and this institution asks you to do. I know the Corps has moved you from one coast to the other, sent you overseas multiple times, and often in the combat zones, but you've excelled at every billet that they've given you, and your selfless sacrifice is indeed recognized. And I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize your family for the sacrifices that they've given to the Corps over the course of years. The families are the unsung heroes of Marines. Oftentimes they are not recognized, but Anna and the kids, just so you all know, the successes that your father and your husband have had over the course of his career are in large part due to the support that you've given him, and I personally recognize the sacrifice that you all have given during the course of his career. So thank you. Sergeant Major, as I said about 2.5 weeks ago, it's a relief and appointment. Your principled leadership, unbridled patriotism, your devotion to duty are hallmarks of your career, and you should take great pride in that. And as you take this next full 30-inch step into the new chapter of your life, I wish you the best of luck, fair winds and falling seas to your family, and Semper Fidelis.
Right.
Thank you very much, sir. Colonel Kojak, sir, Burdett, fellow commanders, Sergeant Major, Marines, and of course, my family and two very special friends of mine. Thank you very much for coming out here today. For those who saw it online or witnessed the relief and appointment ceremony, the first thing I did was give thanks to the heavenly powers for allowing the ceremony to go off, and I'd like to echo that today a little better. At least the sun's shining, and it's a Friday, and I think it's payday too, so I'm going to get in trouble later, so I'm just kidding. But much like the other ceremony that was put on for me here at the battalion, I'd like to begin my thanks to the Marines of the battalion that have set all this up, that are performing this ceremony, and just makes today so much more special, not just for me, but for my family as well. It's been a hard couple weeks for me, not doing much. Even though I decided to get dressed up and show my face, I wanted to help out some way, do something productive, so the Commandant doesn't take away the nice things he said about me, just wasting his money, waiting to retire, but I got away with that one too. But I just want to say that it's been an opportunity for me to really reflect on what I've done as a Marine. Most people start off with the yellow footprints, or OCS, whatever their first introduction to this institution is for them. For me, I'd like to take it even a step further back to where it was the moment I decided to tell my parents I wanted to join the Marine Corps. The recruiter coming to the house, they thought it was a joke. Anybody that knows me, I got a very warped sense of humor, and they're like, yeah, whatever, okay. No, really, what are we doing after dinner tonight? Because he'll be here at 7. And yeah, right. Next thing you know, a knock on the door, and there it was in his dress blues. Staff Sergeant Draper. I still remember his name. Okay, talk about your son's interested in the Marine Corps. You ready to sign up? Both your mother and father for you to sign. I was just a very wet behind the ears 17-year-old kid. First thing out of my mother's mouth was, "Are you sure you want to do this?" No, it was, "Now you finally get a haircut." So.